ముందుగా ప్రియమైన విద్యార్థులకు మరియు వారి తల్లిదండ్రులకు నమస్కారం. నా పేరు కె వెంకన్న జూనియర్ కాలేజ్ చైర్మన్. నేను ఈ రోజు 10th క్లాస్ విద్యార్థులను దృష్టిలో పెట్టుకొని మాట్లాడడం జరుగుతుంది. అది ఏమిటనగా, మనందరికీ తెలుసు, గత 2 సంవత్సరాలుగా కరోనా కారణంగా విద్యార్థులు ఎటువంటి పరీక్షలు రాయకుండానే పై తరగతులు పంపడం జరుగుతుంది. ఫలితంగా ఐఐటి జేఈఈ మరియు నీట్ లాంటి జాతీయ స్థాయి పరీక్షలను సాధించడం కష్టతరం అవుతుంది. దీనిని అధిగమించడానికి మరియు 10వ తరగతి పరీక్షలో అత్యధిక మార్కులు సాధించడానికి నేను మీ ముందుకు కె వెంకన్న జూనియర్ కాలేజ్ ప్లాట్ఫామ్ ద్వారా అనుభవజ్ఞులైన అధ్యాపకులచే ఉచిత వీడియో క్లాసులు, హ్యాండ్ రిటన్ నోట్స్ మరియు గత ప్రశ్నపత్రాల సమాధానాల విశ్లేషణ ఇవ్వబడును. కాబట్టి నేను విద్యార్థులకు చెప్పదలుచుకున్నది ఏంటంటే, ఈ ఉచిత వీడియో క్లాసులను మరియు హ్యాండ్ రిటన్ నోట్స్లను క్లాస్ రూమ్ లో కూర్చొని చదువుకున్నంత సీరియస్ చదువుకోవాలను. ఇంకొకటి ఏమిటనగా, ఈ యొక్క క్లాసులు విన్న వెంటనే అర్థం చేసుకొని ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయవలను. ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయడం అంటే కేవలం చదవడం కాదు, పేపర్ మీద రాయవలను. అలాగైతే గుర్తుండిపోతుంది. దీంతో పాటు మీ యొక్క నాలెడ్జ్ ని పరీక్షించుకున్న కొరకు త్వరలో ప్రీ ఫైనల్ పరీక్షలు కూడా నిర్వహించబడు. ఈ యొక్క అవకాశాన్ని సద్వినియోగం చేసుకోవాలని 10th చదివే విద్యార్థులకు విజ్ఞప్తి చేస్తున్నాను.
Atomic radius is decreases from left to right in a periods. It is increases from top to bottom in a group, but it is decreases in periods from left to right. Left to right. So next coming to the ionization energy. So third periodic property. So first periodic property is valency and second periodic property is atomic radius. Next third periodic property is ionization energy or ionization potential. Ionization energy or ionization potential. So third periodic property is ionization energy. Ionization energy or ionization potential. IE, ionization energy, it is simply called, or it is also called IP, ionization potential. Ionization energy or ionization potential. Ionization energy or ionization potential. So what is the meaning of ionization energy? Means the minimum amount of energy is required to removal of most loosely bonded outermost valency electron from neutral isolated gaseous atom. Neutral isolated gaseous atom is called ionization energy or ionization potential. So once again I am repeat, the minimum amount of energy is required to removal of most loosely bonded outermost electron. For example, this is the atom structure. Here one electron is there, outermost electron. So we are removing this electron. The amount of energy is required. That energy is simply we call it ionization energy or ionization potential. The minimum amount of energy is required to removal of most loosely bonded outermost electron from neutral isolated gaseous atom is called ionization energy or ionization potential. Ionization potential. So gaseous atom is called ionization energy or ionization potential. So the energy is required to removal of, for example, here one electron is there, here another one electron, here another one electron. So for example, 3 electrons. Removal of first electron from neutral isolated gaseous atom is called first ionization energy. The energy required to removal of first electron from neutral isolated gaseous atom is called first ionization energy. First ionization energy. So here M is the one gaseous atom, IE1. This is first ionization energy. It gives M plus unipositive ion and electron is removed. This is unipositive ion. Only one positive charge is there. That's why it is called unipositive ion. So here nuclear attraction distributed these 3 electrons is equally. So when 1 electron is removed by this neutral isolated gaseous atom, so nuclear attraction distributed remaining these 2 electrons. So this electron is removed. So here 2 remaining electrons is there. So nuclear attraction is distributed these 2 electrons. So second electron is removed from unipositive ion. It is higher energy is required. Why? Because nuclear attraction is high, these 2 electrons. So we are required higher energy for removing of this second electron. So that is called second ionization energy. So electron is removed from unipositive ion, that is called second ionization energy. It forms dipositive ion plus electron. It is dipositive ion. Dipositive ion. Dipositive ion. So second electron is removed. So next, this is the third electron. This is called IE3, third ionization energy. So the amount of energy is required to removal of electron from dipositive ion is called third ionization energy or ionization potential. Third ionization potential. So M+2, this is unipositive ion. It is IE3, third ionization energy. It forms M+3, tripositive ion on electron. This is tripositive ion. Tripositive ion. Unipositive ion, dipositive ion and tripositive ion. So first electron is removed from neutral isolated gaseous atom. It gives unipositive ion. Electron removed from unipositive ion, that is called second ionization potential. Electron removed from dipositive ion, it is called, it forms tripositive ion. The energy is called third ionization energy or third ionization potential. Third ionization potential. So various factors that affecting ionization energy. Various factors that affecting ionization energy. Ionization energy. So ionization energy is always IE3 is always greater than IE2. IE2 is always greater than IE1. So this is the principle. So IE3 is always greater than IE2. IE2 is always greater than IE1. Why? Because so here 3 valence electrons is there. So this electron is removed. It gives unipositive ion, that is called first ionization energy. So nuclear attraction distributed only these 2 electrons. So nuclear attraction is increases these 2 valence electrons. So we are removing this electron, higher energy is removed compared than first electron, IE1. So we are removing these 2 electrons. So nuclear attraction totally distributed only these electron. So the air higher energy is required this removing of third electron, IE3. So IE3 is always greater than IE2. IE2 is always greater than IE1. IE1. So this is the one factor, ionization energy. So third ionization energy is always higher than second ionization energy. Second ionization energy is always higher than first ionization energy. Next, factors affecting ionization energy. Factors affecting ionization energy. Factors affecting ionization energy. What are the factors that affecting ionization energy? So first factor is atomic radius. First factor is atomic radius. Atomic radius. So atomic radius is increases, the distance between the nucleus and the valence electrons is also increases. So nuclear attraction is decreases. So we are easily remove that electron with a minimum less energy. So atomic radius indirectly proportional to ionization energy. So atomic radius is indirectly proportional to ionization energy. So ionization energy is increases, that means atomic radius is decreases. Atomic radius increases, that means ionization energy is decreases. So indirectly proportional to ionization energy. This is the first factor. First factor, atomic radius. So atomic radius is increases. The distance between the nucleus and the valency electrons is also increases. So nuclear attraction is less. Distance is increases, nuclear attraction is less. So we are easily remove that electron. So atomic radius is indirectly proportional to ionization energy. Ionization energy. This is the first factor. Second one is nuclear charge. Second one is nuclear charge.
Hello friends, myself Sunil Kumar Badal. I have done my BTech from IIT Kanpur. Here at KVC I am chemistry faculty. So first of all, let me wish you all the best for your upcoming board examination. Here at KVC we are the team of IITians and ITians and doctor to help you achieve your dream. So what are you waiting for? Come and join us and fulfill your dream.
Nuclear charge. So second factor is nuclear charge. So nuclear charge is increases, nuclear attraction increases over valency electrons. So removing of electron, higher energy is required. So nuclear charge is directly proportional to, nuclear charge is directly proportional to ionization energy. Nuclear charge is directly proportional to ionization energy. Nuclear charge is increases, nuclear attraction increases valency electrons. So we are required higher energy to removal of electron. So nuclear charge is directly proportional to ionization energy. Ionization energy is increases, that means nuclear charge is high. Nuclear charge is decreases, similarly ionization energy is also decreases. Next, coming to the third factor is shielding or screening effect. Shielding or screening effect. Shielding or screening effect. Shielding or screening effect. When the electrons are present in inner orbits, nuclear attraction decreases over valency electrons. This is called shielding or screening effect. So this is atom structure. When the electrons are present in inner orbits, this is inner orbit K, this is L, this is M. When the electrons are present in inner orbits, nuclear attraction decreases over valency electrons. Inner electrons acts like a screen. That's why it is called screening effect. Screening effect. So when the electrons are present in inner orbits, nuclear attraction decreases over valency electrons are called shielding effect or screening effect. Shielding effect or screening effect. So shielding effect. Shielding effect indirectly proportional to ionization energy. Indirectly proportional to ionization energy. Shielding effect is indirectly proportional to ionization energy. So shielding effect is increases, ionization energy is decreases. Ionization energy is increases, shielding effect is decreases. Shielding effect is decreases. So this is the third factor. So next, coming to the fourth factor. Fourth factor, extend the penetration power of orbitals. Extend the penetration. Extend the penetration power of orbitals. Power of orbitals. Extend the penetration power of orbitals. So penetration power of orbitals depends upon the shape of orbitals. So s orbital is nearby nucleus. So it is simple structure, spherical shape orbital. So it is easily penetrate to the nucleus. So penetration power of orbitals depends upon the shape of orbitals. So s orbital is spherical shape. So it is easily penetrate after p, after d, after f. This is the penetration order of orbitals. So penetration power of orbitals is also affect the ionization energy. So s orbital having higher penetration power, after then p orbital, after then d orbital, after then f orbital. S orbital is spherical shape, p orbital is dumbbell shape, d orbital is double dumbbell, f orbital is four-fold dumbbell. Four-fold dumbbell. So s orbital is simple structure, spherical structure. It is nearby nucleus, so it is easily penetrate to the nucleus. So penetration power of orbitals is also affect the ionization energy. So next fifth factor is half filled or completely filled subcells. 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 So half filled or completely filled subcells having higher ionization energy. Higher ionization energy. So for example, nitrogen. So nitrogen atomic number is 7. So its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. This is 1s2, this is 2s2, and this is 2p3. So s orbital having 2 electrons, 2s orbital having 2 electrons, 2p orbital having only one electron, 2px, 2py and 2pz. This is called half filled orbitals. Half filled. This is called half filled. For example, neon. So neon atomic number is 10. So its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. So here 1s orbital having 2 electrons, 2s orbital having 2 electrons, and 2p orbital having 6 electrons. So 1, 1, 1 after pairing starts according to Hund's rule. 6 electrons. This is called completely filled subcells. Completely filled. So the elements which have half filled or completely filled subcells having higher ionization energy. Nitrogen having higher ionization energy. Why? Because it is half filled. Each orbital having only 1 electron. That's why it is called half filled. For example, neon. Neon having all orbital having 2 electrons. That's why it is called completely filled subcells. Completely filled subcells. So the elements which have half filled or completely filled subcells having higher ionization energy. Higher ionization energy. Next, how it is changes in groups and periods. Groups and periods. So ionization energy in groups. Groups means top to bottom. Top to bottom. Top to bottom. So in a groups from top to bottom, ionization energy is decreases. Ionization energy is decreases. Why? Because increasing the atomic size, the distance between the nucleus and the valence electrons is increases. So we are easily remove that electron. So from top to bottom in a group, ionization energy is decreases. In a periods. Periods means left to right. Left to right. So left to right in a periods, ionization energy is increases. Why? Because differentiating electron enters into same cell and nuclear attraction increases over valency electrons. Valency electrons. So in a groups from top to bottom, ionization energy is decreases. In periods from left to right, ionization energy is increases. Ionization energy is increases. So next coming to the another periodic property is electronegativity. Electronegativity. Another periodic property is electronegativity. Electronegativity. It is given by En. Simply it is called En. Electronegativity. 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 So it is the so first periodic property is valency. Second periodic property is atomic radius. Third periodic property is ionization energy, and fourth periodic property is electronegativity. Fourth periodic property, electronegativity. Electronegativity means the ability of atom to attract the shared pair electrons towards itself is called electronegativity. The ability of atom to attract the shared pair electrons towards itself is called electronegativity. So electronegativity is measured in using different scales: Pauling scale, Mulliken scale, and Allred-Rocco scale. Allred-Rocco scale. So Mulliken proposed that electronegativity is measured by ionization energy and electron affinity by 2. That is called electronegativity. So Mulliken, according to Mulliken, electronegativity is measured by IE, ionization energy plus EA. EA means electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy by 2. So this formula is used to calculating electronegativity of elements. So electronegativity is measured by using different scales: Pauling scale, Mulliken scale, and Allred-Rocco scale. So Mulliken proposed to calculating electronegativity of elements by using this formula. Electronegativity is equal to ionization energy plus electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy by 2. That is called electronegativity. So electronegativity generally metals having low electronegativity, non-metals having high electronegativity. So in the periodic table, highest electronegative element is fluorine. Its electronegativity value is 4.0. In the periodic table, highest electronegative element is fluorine. So 4.0. So electronegativity generally in groups. Groups means top to bottom. So electronegativity in groups decreases in periods from left to right. Electronegativity is increases. So in groups means top to bottom, electronegativity is decreases. Periods means left to right, electronegativity is increases. So in the periodic table, highest electronegative element is fluorine. Its electronegativity value is 4.0. So this is electronegative property. So electronegativity of halogens, fluorine is 4.0. So chlorine is 3.0. Bromine is 2.8. Next iodine is 2.5. So we are going to top to bottom in a group. Electronegativity values are decreases. So highest electronegative element in the periodic table, that is fluorine, 4.0. Next in halogens, it is the fluorine is the highest electronegative element. So electronegative elements among the groups, it is decreases, periods it is increases. So in a group, electronegativity is decreases from top to bottom. So coming to the periods, electronegativity of lithium. Electronegativity of lithium is 1.0. Next beryllium is 1.47. Next boron. Electronegativity is 2.0. Next carbon electronegativity is 2.5. Next nitrogen electronegativity is 3.0. Oxygen electronegativity is 3.5. Next fluorine electronegativity is 4.0. So In the groups top to bottom, electronegativity values are decreases. In the periods, this is the second period elements, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. So lithium electronegativity is 1.0, beryllium 1.47, boron 2.0, carbon 2.5, nitrogen 3.0, oxygen 3.5, fluorine 4.0. So in periods from left to right, electronegativity values are increases. Electronegativity values are increases. Electronegativity values are increases. So next coming to the periodic property and how it is changes in groups and periods. Groups and periods.